Caribbean Insight, the oldest West Indian TV program alive on the planet today. 30 years and still number one in the USA for value, consciousness, history and trending events. CITV. Now some of them just talk the thing, but CITV is working it with Lady V.
I want on behalf of all the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to sincerely thank each and every one of you for answering this call to national service in this moment of great uncertainty. The world is facing an unprecedented human crisis that is unleashing dramatic economic and societal disruptions. In this crisis, no country has been spared the ill effects. The world that we have become accustomed to and life as we know it has changed and will quite possibly never return to what we knew in our lifetime. The way people live, the way we work, trade, recreate, and learn, and the way businesses and societies function have all experienced an upheaval of the norm in a relatively short space of time. The disruption which we are experiencing also brings with it the opportunity to create new and more resilient economies and societies that potentially have a better chance at achieving sustainable growth and development. According to the World Bank and its semi-annual report on Latin America and the Caribbean region, Trinidad and Tobago was more prepared for the crisis than a lot of its Caribbean counterparts when assessed against global benchmarks in 4 areas: fiscal, monetary, financial, and external preparedness. Even so, Trinidad and Tobago must now plan for its peak COVID-19 future within the confines of the new normal, at least until such time that a vaccine is developed and tested, which could take, some say, 12 to 18 months. The new normal will feature, among other things, the continued need for physical distancing and stringent public health requirements, and will set new protocols for how we conduct our lives, operate our businesses, and deliver services to customers in both the public and private sectors. It is to be expected that we may, or I can even go further and say that we will, not all agree on everything. But we would be much better off together if we examine all our possibilities, our potential and pitfalls, and in the end, be guided by a strong sense of patriotism and faith in our ability to find the best options, whatever they might be. Let us give the country the comfort in knowing that those of you who are gathered here and the many persons and agencies that you will consult with, you will be doing so not as a lobbyist of your private interests or your personal expectation, but you will be doing so as a representative of the only hope of all the people of Trinidad and Tobago, because by now we are sure that wherever you've come from, wherever you've been, you would agree that at this time, in this situation, we are all in this together. It's either we swim together or we sink together. This is Trinidad and Tobago. If it burns down, we all will live in the ashes.
Well, hello, Trinidad and Tobago. You now have a clue how animals feel in a zoo. Don't panic, look past the pain and sorrow. Keep the smile in your soul, cause God watching over you. Lift your voice up to heaven and say a prayer.
Say a prayer.
But get this message in your mind. Even doctors dying on the front line. 1 in 10 infected are those in healthcare. So don't play the fool with this virus. Guard your faith and beware. It's a sad, sad scene. Isolate, separate, and quarantine. So we could bounce back on the right track. And we could make Trinidad go better than before. Take the health measures, protect each other. This too shall pass. We have the class to win this germ war. We go rise again.
Rise again.
We go rise again. Obey the rules government ordain. We go rise again. And people stayed home and read books and listened and they rested and did exercises and made art and played and learned new ways of being and stopped and listened more deeply. Some people falling dead like dominoes in Wuhan, Italy, Iran, New York react late, so they join the sorrows. But we could stand with proper moves, we could take command. This pathogen, it have no kind of sacred cow.
Sacred cow.
This COVID-19 is a curse. We must make sure it don't get worse. Let us end all we petty divisions now and protect we life and make sure that this killer bow. Because it's a sad, sad scene.
Boyo, boyo, boyo.
Isolate, separate, quarantine. But we go bounce back on the right track. Choose fact from fiction to social media. Block your ears. Wear mask and wash hands. Keep social distance. See the future. We go find laughter after these tears. We go rise again.
Rise again.
We go rise again. Frontline medical crew, hold strain. We go rise again. Someone meditated. Someone prayed. Someone met their shadow. And people began to think differently. And people healed. From private jet to bus, train and taxi, packed up cold while big business fold. Sport arenas, even schools are now empty. Deadlines disappear, everybody have time to spare. Somebody post, people throwing money in the street.
In the street.
A potent message they're sending. Money cannot buy your well-being. From coast to coast, the rubber and the road now meet. Health is the only wealth that makes our life complete. It's a sad, sad scene.
Boyo, boyo, boyo.
Isolate, separate, and quarantine. So we could bounce back on the right track. And we could make Trinidad go better than before. Take the health measures, protect each other. This too shall pass. We have the class to win this germ war. We go rise again.
Rise again.
We go rise again. On the front line, applaud who remain. We go rise again. And in the absence of people who lived in ignorant ways, dangerous, meaningless, and heartless, the earth also began to heal. And when the danger ended and people found themselves, they grieved before the dead and made new choices and dreamed of new visions and created new ways of living and completely healed the earth just as they were healed.
My people, this corona is a serious threat, and sadly for many, it end up in debt. The guidelines they set, we must all respect, so don't do the things that you will regret. Social distancing of 6 feet. Wash your hands, especially when you eat. Practice good hygiene and be discreet. Please be safe and stay off the street. What a lovely family you have at home, and a beautiful wife, so you're not alone. You have computer, internet and phone, so we're begging you, stay your bottom home. The government is trying their best to keep the population safe from the stress. The responsibility is your own, so we're begging you, stay your bottom home.
One day I at the American Embassy making out an application for a visa. And I filling out my form and a fella filling out a form right there next to me. So when I done my form, I watching what he writing. It have a section mark, do not write in this space. He put okay. I decide to explore a new area of entertainment. Well, we all do that all the time, isn't it? We are adventurous creatures. So I bought a book and started to study ventriloquism, Papa. You know what that is? The art of throwing your voice into dumb objects and make people believe it's the dumb objects talking to you. The book tells me the best place to practice is among animals. So I gone down government farm, Papa. Monday morning, and your boy throwing the voice among the cattle. I have the cattle talking to me. I throw it among the goats. I have the goats talking to me. News gone over the farm. Boy, a fella come here making animals talk. I gone over by the horses. I have the horses talking to me. When I reach the area with the pigs, the attendant rushed me on the half. He said, "Mister, you is a fella making them animals talk?" I said, "That's right." He said, "Well, you see, that's how out there. If you tell you anything about me, liar."
Well, I fed up telling not doing challenge. Okay, I go give the extempo a chance. The talk on the road is COVID-19, a respiratory illness, or so it seems. The way some of all you're operating. It's like you can't hear your hard of hearing. The government say to stay home, but you should have see line for KFC. Come on. Hey, learn to cook some pilau. Freeze it, reheat it. And if you can't cook, check Trini cooking for Natasha. Hey, some always say God is a Trini, that the COVID-19's a conspiracy. Well, I'm here to say, don't go and play fast. If you go outside, better wear your mask, cause this bloody virus is no joke. I want you to know, it don't give a damn about your race or your ethnicity. Who don't hear does feel. Hey. Well, it's time to wrap this up. I want to wish everybody good luck. And to those of you on the front line, thanks for your hard work and your time. If it's anything to remember, keep a safe distance from each other. Until next time, I'll see you again. Santi Money.
Let's use this stay-at-home order to meditate and reflect as CITV presents Music for Healing the World. Thank you for making Caribbean Insight your #1 stop for culture. Today we have over 10,000 subscribers. You have showed your interest in keeping Caribbean culture alive. We are offering you our t-shirt collections, shirts that invoke thoughts and empowerment. They are collector's items and memorabilia. For your participation, go to the link below and make your contribution to foster the value of our Caribbean cultural stories. Thank you for your support as we continue to develop.
I'm so happy to be here standing at this podium talking to you again. I know that I'm still under doctor's orders and not fully back to work, but I felt the need to talk to you at the end of this week, especially after the week that we've had, both locally and globally. The world as we know it stands just shy of 2 million people infected with this dreaded COVID-19 virus. Indeed, more than 100,000 people have died globally. In our own country, the numbers that have been given to me show that 68 persons have been infected in Barbados with the virus, and regrettably, 4 persons are no longer with us. I speak against this background because this more than anything else brings home the reality of what it is we're facing. And for me, at a personal level, this has been a difficult day, because one of those Barbadians who died overseas, and we now know that there are at least 20 Barbadians that have died in the United States of America, predominantly New York, this nation shall not retreat and shall not surrender. The world is fighting for every single resource that it can, and countries large and small are in the race together. It is why from day one, I've sought to have an inclusive approach that brings together the entire nation, from private sector to public sector, from labor movement to political entities and church, non-governmental organizations, all levels of society, all categories of persons, because that is the only way we are going to get through this, both in terms of securing life and livelihood. But I learned at a very long time ago that when you are in the midst of a crisis, stay focused. Stay focused. And do not allow those things other than that which literally threatens to implode the mission. Do not be distracted by those other things on the outside. So, like everything else in life, is balance. Too far east is as bad as too far west. And what do Bajans know how to do best, better than most people in the world? We know how to balance. We know how to keep it level. That's why sometimes people say, boy, Bajans, Baj, what are you doing? You beating me like you want to see me. Bajans are there for the long haul. We ain't got to shout loud from the mountaintops on the first meeting. We are there for the long haul. That's how we're built. That's who we are. So to that extent, this is the resource that is also critical for us now. At the regional level, as I said, if we can get that working so that we literally are our brother's keeper, then, and our sister's keeper, then I believe that it will make us stronger. As we go forward, the truth is I believe that regional blocks are going to become more important, because human beings are going to be frightened for full globalization onslaught in the early years of the recovery from this pandemic. But they're going to have to rely outside of their boundaries on their neighbors. And there's no better time than now to start this process. As we do all of this, let us remember that we do it not as an end in itself, but as a platform to a better Barbados for stronger Barbadians, because there shall be no surrender and no retreat. And in the words of our national anthem, if we just proceed with God on the people's side, then we shall have no doubts nor fears. My friends, we are in this all together. Every day ain't gonna be easy. Some days you're gonna feel like pulling out your hair. But the one thing I know is that if we reach out to each other and we hold each other up, we will get through this. And I suspect 2 years from now, 3 years from now, we will be surprised at how well we have done, because we have used this as a moment of retooling, retraining, repurposing, refurbishing, renewal.
50 years ago, Mr. Barrow snatched me from the jaws of the British rule. It wasn't easy. Some prefer that we remain as a colonial footstool. But November 66, this nation was born. Despite all the ridicule, skepticism and scorn, we struggled, stumbled, pitfalls along the way. But look where Barbados is today. Sing what we all are, we is. One people, one nation, diverse religions, many complexions, but we all agree. We got one destiny. We must aspire with one desire and come together to lift the country higher. Then the world will see laughter and tears, we build a formidable foundation. Our leaders done well, from Tom to Frontal, and it all started with free education. Take a look at this country, petty though we be, we give them Rihanna and the freaking legendary. So let we journey symbolically holding hands. We are proud to be called Barbadians. All of we is one people, one nation, diverse religions, many complexions, but we all agree. We got one destiny. We must aspire with one desire and come together to lift the country higher. Then the world will see what Barbados means to we. All of it is one people, one nation. That's the way it will always be. I'm loving it. We are 50 this year, so hip hip hooray. Let's pay tribute to all Barbadians. Government ministers, teachers, entertainers, doctors, lawyers, and all other professions. We must give a special pass to the working class and all of the people doing menial tasks. So join me, especially in this golden jubilee. Yeah, I wish Barbados happy, happy birthday. All of we is one people, one nation, diverse religions, many complexions, but we all agree. Hey, we got one destiny. We must aspire with one desire and come together to lift the country higher. Then the world will see what Barbados means to me. All of we is one people, one nation. That's the way it will always be. As we celebrate, do not hesitate to stay on the road to a brighter future. We are one of a kind, one mission, one mind, and ethnicity doesn't really matter. So from this moment on, don't let down your guard. The things that unite us shall be our trump card. So take this anthem and sing it with national pride. We are Bajans and nothing can divide. All of we is one people, one nation, diverse religions, many complexions, but we all agree. I loving it. We got one destiny. We must aspire with one desire and come together to lift the country higher. Then the world will see what Barbados means to be. All of we is one people, one nation. That's the way it will always be. Yeah.
Thank goodness I finally got through. Donald, I have a bone I want to pick with you. My daughter Rihanna sent ventilators for me, and you check it and don't want to give it away. We need those for our people, but we need them too. And after money spent, we can't get them from you. For mask and ventilators, people are real suffering. So stop your nonsense and send back with our whole thing.
Probably I know her. We know each other. I know her. Yeah, because I remember meeting her at the gynecologist. I think that's where we met. You see, she had surgery some time ago. Well, this is not part of my script. I'm only telling you something that happened because I recognize the lady now and I could remember. And the gynecologist mistakenly forgot a pair of scissors inside her. And some weeks later, he called her and tell her, come into the office when you have a break. So she went. He said, well, I have some, you remember I did some surgery on you? She said, yes. He said, well, I have some good news and not so good news for you. She said, what is it, doctor? He said, well, during the surgery, I mistakenly forgot a pair of scissors in you. Now, I'm talking like the doctor. But you don't have any worry. You see, this scissors is sterilized and it is stainless. You could live with it for the rest of your life and you'd have no problems. So she said, okay, you are the professional. If you say so, it's so. And she went home. A few weeks later, she come back. She said, doctor, you see you and that scissors? Take out the blooded scissors. The doctor said, but what's wrong? What is your problem? I told you you will have no problem. The scissors is sterilized. It is stainless. You could live with it. He said, doc, take out the blooded scissors. I already had 2 of my men circumcised. And last night, one of them had the tip of his tongue clip out.
My name is Mandel Lighting. I'm the Public Relations Officer for NLCD Frontclair. And on behalf of our sponsors, Board of Directors, Management, stateside players, and Panorama players, let me say a heartfelt thank you to all the doctors, nurses, and all supporting staff, including the security personnel of Trinidad and Tobago, for the great job they have been doing during this pandemic period. Be safe, stay at home, Frontclair forever.
Through the pages of we history, the history of this country, we lost a lot of we icons, they gone to the great beyond. We sang them high praises cause that's just how we is. We'll wait until they're dead to rest a crown on the head. Well, that make me sit and study. We have a lot of people in this country who go beyond the call and don't hear the words thank you at all. They're not popular, they may never be, but selflessly serve this country daily. So I feel it's up to me to let all you know about these unsung heroes of Trinidad. You garbage collector, working in conditions worse than a sewer. And if me rubbish you get pick up, I and all want to cuss you up. All you school teachers who substitute as mothers and fathers, we can't pay you for that, not even a pat on your back. They may not be a mighty shadow, receive icon status, they do it for show. But for this country will crawl through both high and low. These unsung heroes of Trinidad, other countries lift them high while we push them low. These unsung heroes of Trinidad, yeah, yeah. Oh, my, oh, yeah. Ha. Oh, plead their cause, oh, Jah. While we grace keep on leaving, and their praises we continue to sing, there are those fighting this nation's cause without even a round of applause. But day by day they'll keep on toiling to keep the wheels of this country turning. Men and women who play their part, each time doing it from their heart. Service to you and me, that is all they know. Cause all they know is Trinidad, the stars that we don't see forever shining brightly. They're not the ones who won't take center stage. You won't find them on any newspaper page. But more passion than fruit, through their vein it flow. These unsung heroes of Trinidad. Police officers in this country, putting their lives on the line daily, Lord. All to protect and serve
not getting the thanks they deserve. All of these doctors and nurses, we know how the healthcare system is. Sometimes with their necessities, they try to put the patient's mind at ease. We often criticize you, some fear, some unfair, but next day on the walk, we sure to find you there. For this country, they'll stand and take any blow. My unsung heroes of Trinidad, we take for granted the dedication you show. Oh, my unsung heroes of Trinidad, oh, 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 Lord. Oh, mama, mama, oh, oh, oh. Oh, I'm pleading their cause, I'm pleading their cause, oh, Jaja. When would we say thanks, Lord? Not motivated by money, never late for work, always early. Most times while we're still asleep, they get the country up on its feet. Man, they see it as their duty, all for people and all for country. Burning the midnight oil, these sons and daughters of the soil. Man, you hear them sing proudly. We pledge our lives to thee. Maybe it's something they born with. No amount of money can buy it. True defenders call them Trini to the bone. Yet respect for them it is hardly shown. About their sacrifices you would never know. My unsung heroes of Trinidad. Taxi, maxi and bus drivers, this really can't be about dollars. Each day taking us to and fro without a thank you drive from Trinidad. All the guys who walk PH, sometimes on you taxi drivers they hate. But late at night when taxi's gone, it's only you I can depend on. We may not sing you tributes like the first toe. They may be sitting next to you and you'd never know. Oh, so sad that you don't know about these unsung heroes of Trinidad. You won't hear about their exploits on the radio. My unsung heroes of Trinidad. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, mama, mama. Oh, 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 oh. Come again, I say. Ah, ah. All you warriors and patriots, today I want to lift you up. Wish I could call each one by name and tell you that your work is not in vain. All these men and women, I pray that we recognize them. Give honorable mention just to show appreciation. Without it, they keep on toiling silently. Though forgotten by you and me, lifting up this country a burden never too heavy. The superheroes without special powers, keep pressing on, all you foot soldiers. Just hold the faith and don't let go. My unsung heroes of Trinidad. All you radio announcers, newspaper sellers and doubles vendors, fire officers and soldiers, coast guards and prison officers, security officers too, fishermen, lifeguards and the CPEP crew, postmen and women, you and all, the thousands more who go beyond the call. On behalf of Trinidad, I say thank you all. You are giants, keep standing tall. We can't do it without you, I must let you know. My unsung heroes of Trinidad, lift us up in the times when you see us low. My unsung heroes of Trinidad.
Hi everybody at Caribbean Inside TV and the viewers across the world. I am Roslyn Reed and I am the reigning Tobago CALYPSO monarch. I am very happy to be here and I want to thank you Inside TV for the interest, appreciation, love shown to my music and for promoting the art form of Trinidad and Tobago and the artist. Thank you so much.
This is your boy Aaron Duncan speaking and we keeping culture alive with Caribbean Inside TV.
These aren't normal times. As we all manage our way through a pandemic unlike anything we've seen in a century, Michelle and I hope that you and your families are safe and well. If you've lost somebody to this virus, or if someone in your life is sick, or if you're one of the millions suffering economic hardship, please know that you're in our prayers. Please know that you're not alone, because now's the time for all of us to help where we can and to be there for each other, as neighbors, as co-workers, and as fellow citizens. In fact, over the past weeks, we've seen plenty of examples of the kind of courage, kindness, and selflessness that we're going to need to get through one of the most difficult times in our history. Michelle and I have been amazed at the incredible bravery of our medical professionals who are putting their lives on the line to save others, the public servants and health officials battling this disease, the workers taking risks every day to keep our economy running, and everyone who's making their own sacrifice at home with their families, all for the greater good. But if there's one thing we've learned as a country from moments of great crisis, it's that the spirit of looking out for one another can't be restricted to our homes or our workplaces or our neighborhoods or our houses of worship. It also has to be reflected in our national government.
Here on CITV, we are celebrating our 30th anniversary with the Soca Flashback series. Follow the instructions of the extemporaneans. Stay at home and enjoy. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. I'm Lady V, and I'll catch you at the next pit stop.
I'm the Lord Kitchener.
This is Denise Sauce, you are Belfon.
This is KMC.
My name is Barry Sam.
This is Marshall Montano.
And I hope you will do as I do. Keep listening to them.
Thank you for making Caribbean Insight your #1 stop for culture. Today we have over 10,000 subscribers. You have showed your interest in keeping Caribbean culture alive. We are offering you our t-shirt collections. Shirts that invoke thoughts and empowerment. They are collector's items and memorabilia. For your participation, go to the link below and make your contribution to foster the value of our Caribbean cultural stories. Thank you for your support as we continue to develop.